Divine Abundance Revealed. 3 miraculous truths to transform your life when all seems lost. As the sun cast its final golden rays over the urban neighborhood, Sarah knelt by her kitchen table, the air thick with desperation and silent prayers. Bills loomed tall and heavy, clouds of worry shadowing her heart. Yet she knew she had to hold fast to her faith, just as the believers at St. Jude's promised in their testimonies of divine intervention. Tonight, as she clutched her children's hands, she prayed to St. Jude, the patron of desperate cases. With every whispered word, she stoked the flickering embers of hope in the storm of difficulties that threatened to extinguish it. Then, in a moment that felt almost surreal, a warmth enveloped the room. It was as if the very air vibrated with sacred energy. Little did she know, the divine was about to unveil itself. The faint sound of chimes echoed around her, a delicate music that enveloped her like a blanket, reminding her of the beautiful hymns sung at church every Sunday. Her heart swelled as she felt an inexplicable presence, a sensation that reverberated through her being. "You are not alone," it seemed to whisper. Days passed, and as the weight of bills grew heavier, the community rallied for her. They scheduled a prayer vigil at St. Jude's Church, where flickering candles cast an inviting glow, illuminating faces filled with compassion. Voices rose in a symphonic plea, blending into an anthem of unity. Sarah's heart felt light, the shadows of despair momentarily retreating. Just when hope surged within her like a river, the unexpected struck. News of a generous donation stirred among the parishioners, but doubt clawed at her heart. Could her faith withstand this doubt? The wait for miracles felt unbearable. Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. That stormy night, Sarah's desperation surged anew. As lightning illuminated the sky, she sank to her knees, hands over her heart, and released every fear in trembling confession. "God, show me your providence," she pleaded. The moment felt sacred, her vulnerability blending into the tempest outside. Just then, a radiant flicker ignited within the very essence of their home, brightening the dark corners of her soul. Tears streamed down her face, mingling with a profound sense of peace. As dawn broke the next day, a neighbor arrived with not just a donation, but a testament of healing, a story of hope that echoed through the community. Whispers of Sarah's strength ignited a fire of faith, reminding them all that they were not alone in their struggles. Yet Sarah knew the storm still loomed. Could this wave of grace withstand the trials ahead? Every doubt hinted at the unrealized potential of her faith. Would divine intervention continue to guide her, or was she merely standing on the precipice of uncertainty? With her heart racing, she faced a future tangled in both hope and fear, yearning for clarity as her journey unfolded. What miracles were yet to come? The sun rose slowly, casting a gentle light through the kitchen window, wrapping Sarah in an embrace of warmth. The world felt different today, infused with the scent of fresh hope. Yet uncertainty lingered like a faint mist. She gazed at her children, their innocent faces serene in slumber, and her heart swelled at the thought of her responsibility. Could she truly lead them through this storm? Determined, Sarah stood tall. Today was not just another day, it was a day of possibility. She opened the door to the outside world with a prayer on her lips, stepping into a community transformed by faith. From the prayer vigil to the acts of kindness, unseen bonds had formed around her, binding hearts together. At the local grocery store, Sarah bumped into Mrs. Jenkins, a longtime friend who had watched her struggles unfold. "Sarah, my dear," Mrs. Jenkins said, her voice thick with emotion, "we're all praying for you. You have to trust in His plan." Sarah felt the weight of those words, a reminder of how intertwined their lives had become. Prayer, faith, and love surged through the community like a life-giving river, nourishing every parched soul. Gathering courage, Sarah shared her dream with Mrs. Jenkins. "I want to host a community gathering, a space for all of us to share our stories of hope and faith. I believe we can uplift each other." Mrs. Jenkins beamed. "What a beautiful idea! I would be honored to help." The seed had been planted. Over the next few days, word spread and hearts ignited. The gathering would take place in the church hall, adorned with fresh flowers and flickering candles, filling the space with a sacred glow. As the date approached, anticipation thrummed in Sarah's chest. This would be more than just a meeting. It would become a living testament to their collective resilience. Finally, the day arrived. The church hall buzzed with life, laughter echoing against the walls. Sarah's spirit soared as she watched neighbors embrace, sharing their burdens while lifting one another up. Sarah opened the floor, her voice steady but full of emotion. "Let us share our stories tonight. Each testimony is a thread woven into a tapestry of hope." One by one, voices rose in a beautiful symphony. Fred, an elderly man, spoke of losing his job, yet finding faith in the small things, a garden that bloomed with life and strength. Marissa shared how she faced illness and found the community's support to be the treatment that healed her spirit. Each story resonated, bringing tears and laughter. As Sarah listened, something incredible happened. She felt the doubts within her dissolve, replaced by a profound sense of belonging. The stories transformed into prayers, laughter turned into praise, and hearts were set ablaze with renewed faith. Just when she thought this night couldn't get any more magical, a child's voice rang out from the back of the room, innocent and sweet. "When do we pray?" A hush fell, and the moment felt divine. Sarah, inspired, guided everyone into a prayer, a heartfelt plea that united them all. As they shared those sacred words, a gentle breeze enveloped the hall, as though divine hands cradled them in assurance. Could it be that their shared faith was the miracle they sought? Emerging from the gathering, Sarah felt lighter, yet a flicker of concern arose. Would this newfound strength be enough to guide her through the anticipated trials? Yet an inexplicable peace settled in her heart, hinting that perhaps the path ahead was already paved by something greater. What lay in store for her and her community? Only time would reveal the magnificent tapestry God was weaving in their lives. The days that followed the gathering were filled with a remarkable energy. Sarah felt different, as if a spark had been lit within her spirit. Each morning, as the sun rose higher, it seemed to chase away the lingering shadows of uncertainty. She carried that light into her daily routine, nurturing her children with stories of resilience and faith, reminding them of the gathering and how together they had woven a tapestry of hope. But as the week rolled on, challenges began to emerge. The bills piled up, and Sarah could sense an air of anxiety returning to their home. Though her heart brimmed with renewed faith, the weight of reality pressed heavily on her shoulders. She sought solace in her small moments of prayer, seeking guidance from above. "Lord, please grant me strength," she whispered one evening, tears shimmering in her eyes. It was during one of these quiet moments that a knock echoed through her door. Surprised, Sarah opened it to find Mr. Thompson, the local baker, standing there with a loaf of bread in hand. "I heard you might need some help," he said softly, the smile on his face warm and sincere. Gratitude surged through her. "Thank you, Mr. Thompson. We truly appreciate this," she replied, inviting him in. As they talked, Sarah relayed the stories shared during the gathering.
Mr. Thompson's eyes twinkled and he nodded with understanding. He revealed his own struggles, how the kindness of the community had once lifted him from despair during hard times. "When you give, you receive far more," he said, his voice filled with certainty. Sarah marveled at how kindness flowed like an endless river. It rippled outward, seeping into lives, nurturing connections.
Inspired, she decided they would hold another gathering, a smaller, intimate one, only for those in need. They would share food, fellowship, and their burdens. Word spread quickly, and the community responded. On the evening of the gathering, the church kitchen buzzed with activity. As they prepared food together, Sarah saw faces brightening. Laughter mingled with the sense of simmering dishes. Her heart sang as she watched neighbors, friends, and even those who had once felt distant come together in shared purpose. When it was time to break bread, the group settled in a circle around the large table. Sarah used this moment to speak from her heart. This is not only a meal, it's a reminder that we are stronger together. In our unity, we find strength. As she prayed, that familiar breeze returned, wrapping around them. They shared their stories, laughter danced among them, and the burdens felt lighter, somehow diminished by the simple act of sharing. But just as Sarah relished the peace that flooded the room, the evening took an unexpected turn. An urgent knock came at the door. It was Marissa, her face etched with distress, eyes wide with both panic and hope. "Something has happened. I need help." The atmosphere shifted suddenly, tension hanging thick in the air. Sarah instinctively felt a surge of concern and faith. Here was a turning point, a moment that could either break or strengthen their community spirit. Her heart raced with anticipation as she gestured for Marissa to come in. What did this moment hold? Would it shift the narrative they had woven with love and kindness? What lay ahead was unknown, but they would face it together. The hands of faith were about to reveal something unexpected. What divine appointment awaited them just around the corner? Marissa stepped into the warm glow of the church kitchen, the laughter and chatter fading to a hush. All eyes turned to her, a collective concern forming in the air. Sarah quickly moved toward her, sensing the weight of what needed to be shared. "What's wrong, Marissa?" Sarah asked softly, her voice steady yet filled with compassion. "It's my son, Ethan," Marissa's voice trembled. "He's gone missing. I've searched everywhere, but I can't find him." Tears welled in her eyes, the brightness dimming as she spoke. The group shifted uncomfortably, the energy that had once flickered joyously together replaced by worry. Sarah felt her heart race, the burden of Marissa's fear echoing in her own soul. Here was another moment that could redefine their unity. Instinctively, she took Marissa's hands in hers. "Let us pray," Sarah declared, her voice firm yet gentle. The circle tightened around them as they stood together, hands intertwined. Sarah invited each person to share a prayer, their voices weaving a tapestry of faith. As they lifted their pleas to God, a profound sense of peace washed over the troubling tension. In those moments, Sarah sensed something shift in the air.
The room, filled with the warmth of communal care, shimmered as if divine presence was enveloping them. The rhythm of their united hearts stirred hope, igniting once again that light they had all found. "Lord, we ask for your protection over Ethan. Bring him home safe. Surround Marissa with your peace," Sarah prayed aloud, her heart profound with faith. "May we stand together as a family, united in love." Once the prayer concluded, a collective resolve filled the space. It was as if the burdens they carried were shared among them, lightening each individual. Sarah looked at Marissa, who wiped her tears yet held on to the comfort of her community. "We won't stop searching until he's found,"
Sarah affirmed, the fire of determination burning in her eyes. Just then, a voice spoke up from the back. It was Mary, a small, soft-spoken woman who had often kept to herself. "I remember my son got lost when he was Ethan's age. I went to the old park near the river. It's quiet there. Maybe Ethan went there too." Hope flickered anew in Marissa's eyes. "You think so?" "I do," Mary replied gently. "It's worth checking." Without hesitation, Sarah rallied the group. "Let's split up. Some can search the park, while others can keep searching this area. We will not give up on him." As they prepared to leave, Sarah took a moment to reflect. How beautiful it was to see faith manifest in action. In unity, they began to transform fear into focused determination. The simple act of coming together, spurring each other on into the night, was an expression of divine love. They forged paths toward different locations, carrying hope like torches in the dark night. As they approached the park, the air felt electric with anticipation. What if his absence is meant for something bigger? Sarah pondered silently, stepping softly onto the grass, her heart pounding. At that moment, she caught a glimmer of movement out of the corner of her eye. Could it be? Faith was leading her steps now, whispering truths that rolled like waves in her spirit. What miraculous outcome might come from this night? And what would they discover together beyond their own fears? The essence of divine intervention loomed just ahead, a moment to reveal the unexpected. The breath of night wrapped around Sarah like a comforting embrace. Her heart raced, but she felt the warmth of the community close by. She observed as each friend fanned out, the determination in their steps matching the urgency of their mission. Her thoughts drifted to Marissa's anguished face. A mother's love knows no bounds, and Sarah felt a deep resolve to find Ethan. She moved forward into the park where shadows danced under the glow of a distant streetlight. It was a quiet place, yet the echoes of their prayers seemed to whisper through the air, urging them on. "God, show us the way," she breathed, her voice a quiet plea against the night sky. The cold grass brushed her ankles, each step pulling her deeper into the unknown. She glanced around, taking in the old trees standing like sentinels. The park held many memories, joyful days spent laughing, picnics under the sun. Now it stood as a testament to a deeper longing, a bridge connecting faith to action. "Ethan," she called softly, her voice mingling with the rustling leaves. "We're here for you, buddy. You're not alone." With every passing moment, she felt a growing certainty, stirring within her soul like a tide rising. What seemed lost could yet be found. Meanwhile, Marissa, though burdened with worry, took comfort in the knowledge that she wasn't alone in this battle. The love and prayers emanating from the church gathered like a warm mantle over her. Each prayer lifted her spirit higher, urging her to keep hoping, to trust. "We won't give up on you, Ethan," she repeated to herself, a mantra of unwavering faith. Further down the path, she saw her friends searching, shining flashlights, calling out Ethan's name. The camaraderie wrapped around her heart, reminding her of a greater truth. Together, they were stronger. Suddenly, out of the darkness, a sound. Marissa froze, her heart leaping. Could it be? She hurried toward the noise, her breath quickening with excitement. "Ethan," she called, her voice breaking yet filled with hope. As she approached a cluster of trees, she saw a shadow move. "Ethan!" The urgency in her voice echoed off the trees. Then a figure emerged. It was a boy, small and unkempt, with scruffy hair illuminated by the moonlight. It took a moment for her heart to recognize the truth. "Mom?" The word fell softly from Ethan's lips, full of surprise and trepidation. Tears streamed down Marissa's cheeks as she rushed forward, gathering him in her arms. "Oh, Ethan, I was so worried." They stood together, embracing tightly, the world around them fading away. The unity and love they had woven just hours before manifested here in powerful form, binding them in a moment of miracle. Sarah and the others rushed over, their voices raised in relief and joy. But just then, a whisper of unease slid into Sarah's heart. She felt the shift, the very air around them tinged with something significant. "How did you end up here?" Sarah asked Ethan, her face a mix of joy and concern. "I was trying to find something special," he explained, glancing around. "Something my friend said would show me the way." A hush fell over the gathering, a stirring of intrigue. "Show you the way? What do you mean, Ethan?" Marissa asked, still holding him close, her brow furrowed in concern. As he spoke, uncertainty and wonder danced in the air. Maybe he knew something we didn't, Sarah thought, her heart racing as she absorbed his words. Just what revelation awaited them in this sacred moment? What divine purpose had led him here? The mysteries of the night were only beginning to unfold. The embrace of joy permeated the gathering, yet the shadows of intrigue loomed nearby.
Ethan's eyes sparkled with the thrill of his adventure, but there was a depth to his words that stirred something deep within Sarah's heart. "Ethan, what can you tell us about this special thing?" she asked gently. Her spirit urged her to dig deeper. He shifted slightly, glancing at the trees that loomed above them. "I was playing with Ben. He said if I came here and looked closely, I would find the way to a hidden treasure, something that would show me the path." Marissa's brow furrowed tighter, a mother's protective instinct kicking in. "A treasure? Did Ben mean anything by it?" Ethan nodded, his face a mix of innocence and solemnity. He said, "It's a light that can guide us when we don't know the way." A ripple of silence flowed through the group. The air felt heavy with unspoken questions, yet there was a glimmer of hope nestled within Ethan's words. "Ben has always talked about lights," Sarah mused, recalling hushed whispers of stories and dreams shared among children. What if this light is more than a game? Gathering closer, they formed a small circle around Ethan. The moment felt sacred. With each breath, the tension began to ebb, replaced by a vibrant pulse of faith. Could there be a divine mystery hidden in this child's simple treasure hunt? "What if we help you find this light?" Sarah proposed, her voice carrying a surge of energy. "Together we can seek it out." Marissa squeezed Ethan's hand, her heart swelling with pride. "We will support each other. Our faith is our greatest light." As their unity strengthened, Sarah felt a warmth wash over her, something greater than their frightened search for Ethan. This was about discovering hope, about uncovering purpose. The night felt alive, the darkness now transformed into a canvas for possibility. Ethan smiled quietly, his small body radiating a sense of renewed courage. "I think it's over there." He pointed toward a cluster of bushes lit softly by the moon. "I felt it calling me." With determined hearts, they moved forward, stepping into the unknown. Each stride was a prayer, every moment an offering of trust. Even the trees seemed to part for them, leading them toward the very edge of discovery. As they reached the thicket, an unexpected glow shimmered through the branches, casting dancing shadows on their faces. It flickered gently, beckoning them closer. "What is that?" Marissa whispered, eyes wide as the light flickered like a heartbeat in the dark. "I don't know," Ethan breathed in awe. "Maybe it's the treasure." "What a beautiful sight," murmured Sarah, sensing an inexplicable peace wash over her. "This must be what you felt, Ethan, a guiding light." A collective hush fell over the group as they stood before the radiant glow. Questions spun in Sarah's mind like leaves caught in a whirlpool. What was this mystery, and what did it hide within its luminous embrace? Ethan took a tentative step forward, curious and fearless. "Should I go closer?"
Wait!
Sarah cautioned, holding her breath. What if this light is meant for you alone? In that electrifying moment, the air thickened with expectancy. The light pulsed rhythmically, as if it drew them into a truth deeper than any words could convey. What revelation awaited them behind the veil of light? This night promised not just answers, but transformations. As they stood together, hearts intertwined, they realized that perhaps the journey led to far more than they had ever anticipated. Was the treasure they sought truly physical, or was it something that would transcend the very fabric of their faith? What awaited them in the glow of the divine? The spirit of discovery swirled around them, glimmering with the promise of illumination. Ethan stepped forward, drawn by the light as if it held the answers to questions he didn't even know he had. With each cautious movement, the warmth from within the glow seeped into the night air, swirling around them, igniting a shared anticipation. "Go ahead, Ethan," Marissa whispered, a mix of trepidation and encouragement in her voice. "We're right here with you." Her hand tightened around his, grounding them both in the moment. As Ethan inched closer, the brightness intensified. Sarah's heart raced, her faith battling an urge to hold back. What lay inside that shimmering veil? Was it truly a treasure meant to be found, or a divine mystery waiting to unfurl? With a deep breath, Ethan reached out, brushing aside the leaves that cascaded like tiny stars. The light shimmered with a harmonious glow. It felt living, pulsing with energy and promise. Suddenly he gasped, eyes wide, as he stumbled back, awe glued on his face. I see something," he exclaimed, voice trembling with excitement. "There's more than light. It's like a doorway." A hush fell over the group, the air thick with the sacredness of this revelation. Marissa's eyes glistened, and even Sarah's heart lifted further into the divine sensation as they moved closer to Ethan. What was beyond this threshold of light? "Maybe it's not just a treasure for you, Ethan," Sarah whispered, an idea blossoming in her mind. "Maybe it's for all of us. If we open ourselves to what it shows us, we might find our paths too." Every soul present felt the stirring, a mutual understanding that this moment transcended mere adventure. They shared a sacred trust, an unspoken bond, each carrying their own burdens, their fears and hopes. What if this experience could unite them in purpose? Ethan's small hand reached forward again, trembling but determined. I think I can open it. I can feel it." Wait, what if... The thought lingered in Sarah's mind. Was it wise to rush into this unknown? But deep down, she sensed that sometimes faith demanded a leap into the unseen. "Let him try," came Marissa's encouraging whisper. "Faith moves mountains." With renewed conviction, they collectively leaned in, desire to support Ethan, creating a protective circle around him. It was a moment of shared courage, and a light as broad and endless as the ocean surged through them. They shut their eyes for a second, feeling the energy twist and swirl, drawing them into the embrace of something profoundly beautiful. Breathless, Sarah felt as if the universe was holding its breath with them, waiting for the moment of truth. Suddenly, a soft chime echoed, as if the very fabric of existence had sighed in relief. A gentle force brushed against Ethan's palm as he pushed through the threshold. The light enveloped him, illuminating the faces of his friends in radiant wonder. "What's happening?" Marissa gasped, a wave of emotion washing over her, a dangerous mix of anxiety and excitement. As if sensing their fears, the light shimmered like a protective cloak, wrapping around them all. It filled the night air with warmth, acting like an anchor grounding Ethan. The revelation felt imminent, yet gentle, urging them onward in their shared journey. "Ethan," Sarah cried, the name heavy with hope, "what do you see?"
A rumble of joy escaped from within the light, vibrating through the air, whispering promises they could not quite catch. And then, without warning, the light shifted, revealing flickers of visions, glimmers of their paths, entwined but distinct. Ethan's voice emerged, full of wonder. It's like we're all connected. I can see our futures, but they're not what I expected." The world fell silent, hearts bounding in rhythm with a newfound hope. What awaited them in the light? The revelation hung like a ripe fruit just out of reach, yet even the sweetness of uncertainty seemed tantalizing. How profound could the transformation be when they learned to walk through the doorway together? Would the treasure bring about a change they never imagined? As they stood on the brink of discovery, the shadows of doubt faded behind them, leaving only a shimmering path forged by faith and connection. What awaited beyond this divine doorway? Before anyone could move, a bright burst of light emanated from Ethan as it opened wider, revealing a landscape that seemed otherworldly. Colors erupted before their eyes, vibrant blues and radiant golds, a symphony of shapes dazzling against the minds of those who watched. It was an invitation stitched with threads of wonder, promising answers to the unasked questions. "Can you hear it?" Ethan's voice trembled, filled with reverence. "It's like a call." A soft whisper caressed their hearts, a melodic echo inviting them to trust. Each note seemed to resonate within, nudging doubts aside with every pulse of light. The atmosphere felt alive, electric with possibility. Even the surrounding night softened, blending seamlessly with the vibrant hues as the reality beyond the doorway beckoned. "What is it saying?" Sarah urged, her voice barely above a breath, eyes wide open to the unfolding mystery. "It's saying we are never alone," Ethan began, his voice steadying. "It speaks of interconnections, how our paths intertwine. Look, there's a connection between us." Sarah and Marissa stepped closer, leaning in to see. Sprays of light threaded around their figures, illuminating the fine lines of fate intertwining before them. It was as though each of their narratives was part of a larger tapestry, woven together by divine hands. "What if we've been searching for the wrong treasure?" Marissa whispered, the reality dawning upon her, piercing her heart with a surge of understanding. "It's not just about what we find, but who we are together." "Yes," Ethan nodded vigorously, excitement rippling through him. "Each path leads not just one way, but to each other. There are moments connecting us, joy, grief, love." As they gazed deeper, shards of their histories flickered into existence. Memories shared, and ways they touched each other, both knowingly and unknowingly, lit up against the backdrop. Their laughter echoed, mirrored by the shimmering light, vibrating with a sacred rhythm that transcended time and space. "What if this doorway isn't just a destination?" Ethan breathed, wonder cascading through him. "What if it's a reminder of our calling to carry these connections into the world?" The warmth of the glow swirled invitingly, wrapping them in a sense of unity that transcended fear. They felt the power of being woven together, each providing strength for the other. It was a profound realization that they were not merely seeking answers in isolation, but rather embracing the collective journey of faith. Marissa, her eyes tearing up, exclaimed, "Then let's stand together. Whatever awaits us beyond this door, we face it as one." The air thrummed with energy as they gently grasped each other's hands. Each pulse brought a chuckle of joy, every heartbeat a declaration of faith. Their unity was palpable, and moments of courage sparked a fire inside them all. Ethan took a deep breath, courage swelling in his chest. Let's step through together, into his promise, into the next chapter of our journey, together. With faith lifting them higher, they moved forward, the collective moment marking the very initiation of a new adventure. As they crossed the threshold, an explosion of sound, like 1,000 joyous bells, filled their ears. The tapestry of light fused, revealing even deeper layers of wisdom and love. But as they ventured further, the air shifted. A sudden hush descended, and just as quickly, shadows began to loom. "What is this?" Marissa questioned, glancing back at Ethan, fear creeping back in. Ethan stood frozen, eyes wide as he turned to face the now flickering paths. "Not all will be clear," he murmured, "but maybe that's where our true faith begins. What are we truly ready to discover together?" The group stood on the edge of apprehension, uncertainty casting a veil over what lay ahead. A spark of excitement danced within them, but clarity remained just out of reach.
What challenges did their newfound connection promise? How deeply would their faith be tested as they moved into the unknown? The journey had truly begun. As silence enveloped them, a thick tension formed. Shadows danced just beyond their reach. It was a slight movement, a ripple in the fabric of the light that surrounded them, like whispers carried on the wind. Ethan could feel their anxiety, an aching reminder of their doubt. "Stay close," he said, turning back towards Sarah and Marissa, their expressions mirroring his concern. Together they formed a tight circle, hands still clasped. The act of holding each other grounded them, a physical anchor in an unfamiliar realm. "What if these shadows are just fears?" Sarah's voice wavered, but there was a spark of courage in her words. "What if they're merely here to test us?" "Or to teach us," Marissa added, her gaze steady as she peered into the darkness. "What if they illuminate the strength within us we've yet to uncover?" The shadows shifted, almost playfully, as if responding, heightening their resolve. Ethan felt a swell of warmth encircle them, the promise of divine presence washing over the group. It was comforting, like a blanket of faith draping across their hearts. "That's it," Ethan exclaimed, inspiration blooming within him. "What if we turn our fears into prayers? Each hesitation can be a plea for courage. Each worry can become a beacon of faith." As he spoke, the shadows swirled more aggressively, yet the vibrant glow surrounding them pulsed stronger. The contrast became a dance, and Ethan could sense a rhythm, a divine heartbeat echoing through the air, matching the thrum of their souls. "Let's embrace this," Sarah encouraged, her inner strength rising. "We've been given this moment, this very trial. It's a sacred opportunity for growth. We can rise above." With that, they began to whisper affirmations, crafting a bridge of devotion between their spirits. Ethan focused on the warmth in his chest, summoning the courage they all needed. "We trust in your guidance, Lord. Help us step bravely into what lies ahead." As their words ascended into the stillness, the shadows flickered, almost retreating. There was a moment of flight, a fleeting flicker of light that danced upon the darkness. Each shared whisper of faith became like a beacon. The shadows shivered at their words, dimming slightly as the unfamiliar light grew. Marissa's heart swelled, tears glistening. "Look," she pointed, "the shadows, they're shifting." Where there once was only looming dread, colors began to unveil themselves within the darkness. Deep purples and soft greens weaved through the black, revealing hidden beauty. It was as if their faith was literally illuminating the space around them, unraveling the shrouded mystery in an elegant tapestry of hope. Ethan's spirit soared. This is not just a test, it's the unfolding promise, the divine abundance. God is revealing what we truly need through the darkness. The shadows responded, lighting up with the hues of their collective strength. Suddenly, the landscape shifted again. Before them stood 3 distinct paths, each glowing softly, yet beckoning. They were radiant with possibilities, enigmatic yet familiar. Ethan's heart raced. We need to choose together, trusting what lies beneath the surface. "Will we forge ahead?" Marissa inquired, awe lighting her features. "Yes," Sarah shouted, all fear evaporating into the ether.
Let's step forward, united." With one final squeeze of hands, they stood at the precipice of choice. A divine breath of wind carried their whispered prayers, intertwining with the light. Each path trembled in anticipation, waiting for their step, a collective leap of faith. What lay at the end of each glowing path? What treasures would they uncover through unity and courage? The vast unknown loomed, ripe with promise and peril alike. Would their journey yield transformation as they ventured forth? The choice was at hand, and the next stage of their divine adventure awaited. With hearts intertwined, they stepped forward, not knowing which path lay beneath that radiant glow. Each avenue sparkled with potential, urging them onward into the depths of divine abundance. Ethan hesitated, eyes scanning each option. "Which one calls to you?" he asked, genuinely curious, waiting for the answers that might come. "I feel something in the middle path," Marissa said softly, her voice steady. "It's like it's filled with compassion and embracing warmth." As she spoke, a soft light flickered from the middle path, illuminating the group with a golden hue. I feel hope in the path to the left," Sarah added, pointing towards a gentle curve that shimmered with soft greens and blues. "It feels like as we step towards it, burdens of the heart could be lifted." Ethan looked towards the right path, glowing with fiery reds and vibrant oranges. "And this one seems to pulse with strength and courage, like a call to rise up and fight." The three paths beckoned them, each promising a facet of their unfolding journey, each inviting them into a deeper understanding of divine abundance. "Let's take a moment to decide," Sarah suggested, feeling the momentum of their unity. Prayer could guide us, stillness could reveal the treasures waiting to be uncovered. As they settled in a small circle once more, they each took a deep breath, closing their eyes, letting the light seep into their hearts. In that sacred stillness, they felt the whispers of the Holy Spirit stirring around them. "Lord," Ethan prayed, "lead us to that which will help us grow and thrive. Show us the path meant for us." Each opened their hearts to receive, and a profound silence enveloped them, the kind that strikes with clarity. Then suddenly, a loud ringing thrummed in the air, echoing like chimes of heaven. It was as though the divine presence affirmed their assembly, sealing their unity in a bond that could never be broken. A gentle breeze swept across them, caressing their faces, a sign of divine assurance. With hearts ignited, they opened their eyes. "I chose the middle path," Marissa declared, her voice unwavering. "I want to embrace compassion and share our stories of pain and healing with others who need it." "I'll venture to the left," Sarah exclaimed, determination dancing in her eyes. "For hope is still needed in this world. We must uplift each other in moments of darkness." "And I'll follow the path on the right," Ethan said, filled with newfound ambition. "I'm ready to share courage and strength, fighting for those who have lost their way." Their choices solidified an unbreakable bond, one that sent waves of faith cascading through them. United, they would brave each avenue, mingling paths as they wove their lives together, enriching one another. One step at a time, they took synchronized leaps into the glowing paths, the lights weaving around them with harmonious cries. As they journeyed forward, the world around them shimmered and transformed, revealing lush landscapes filled with vibrant flowers, soft whispers of the past cradling them in the air, and sounds of laughter intertwining like a symphony. Along the way, they began to meet others, strangers turned friends, souls searching just as they had. They shared stories of despair, triumph, and everything in between. In moments of both joy and sorrow, they continually found strength in one another. With each encounter, the divine abundance grew, flourishing as they proclaimed their experiences.
Marissa led gatherings that encouraged compassion, where stories melded into a living testament of healing. Sarah inspired hope in every heart, offering laughter and warmth to those who felt lost. Ethan stood as a beacon of courage, rallying support for the community, reminding all that they were never alone in their battles. In each other's presence, they felt their burdens lightened. It was a divine dance of energies, shimmering together, a beautiful manifestation of what faith had crafted, a reminder that they were woven into a larger tapestry created by God. As they looked down the paths they had chosen, which were now bound in unity, they realized heaven's gifts were meant to be shared, multiplied in collective strength. "Together, we have created something beautiful," Ethan said one day, looking at his two friends. "More beautiful than we ever imagined," Marissa replied, hugging them both tightly. Sarah nodded, joy bubbling forth as she scanned the faces around them, reflections of hope and strength. This is what we were meant to find, what abundance truly is: connections that uplift, stories that illuminate. And in that moment, enveloped in love, surrounded by friends, hearts soaring, they knew they had stepped into the divine abundance they had once sought. Life had transformed, revealing treasures far beyond any material possession, exposing the riches of community and faith.
It was a conclusion steeped in promise, resonating with a truth that would shine eternally. They were no longer lost. They had discovered the light that pieced their lives together, stitching stories into a magnificent tapestry of belonging. As they moved forward, they carried a powerful message. When all seemed lost, there lies an unfathomable wealth waiting to be uncovered, one woven together by faith, love, and the bonds of community. And so their journey continued, sparkling ever brighter. You need to subscribe now to the channel to not miss the next exclusive faith stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm. It truly makes a difference. Comment below your reactions and testimonies about this ending. Your voices matter to us. And don't wait even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this manifestation. Support this channel and help spread this divine message.